I feel sad, but I also feel okay because so far as Nigeria is in Africa, like we are all African. So far as they are making it, I have the hope that like Ghanaians will also get there one day.
Qualifies to be there, not then the 18 years and then reducing their 8 to 14 years and not their 20 years reducing their, but we have a quality players that can play national, that can stand in front of the US basketball team.
It makes me feel depressed because when you sit at the back of the television watching Nigeria playing the national team, even though they are part of Africans, but sometimes it makes you feel bad because you've not seen Ghanaians.
When you look at the African Basketball African League, Ghana is nowhere to be found. We have about 8 to 12 countries participating in this, and then this is where we want to be part of. This is where Ghana needs to be known.
I aim at playing the NBA or Europe leagues or represent the country in Olympics.
Yeah, I wish to play in the WNBA one day.
We are hoping for the best. The new president of the Ghana Basketball Association has a plan.
There's hope that we can make it.
I still have a hope that like I will still make it because where I started from and where I've gotten to now, like it's been a very like big change.
All right, so that's the Basketball School Academy, one of many academies here in Ghana involved in the nurturing, development and molding of basketball players. But the catch here is that, unlike football, there is no system to absorb these players. Ghana does not run any professional league for these players to enter after their development. And also in the big European leagues and leagues outside Ghana and Africa, there are not many players from Ghana who made it there from developing in these local routes. So what exactly is the motivation of these academies? Why are they still operating? Today, we find out why. Basketball academies are scattered across the country, actively engaged in the development and training of younger players. They harbor dreams of younger ones who aim and hope to make it to the echelons of professional basketball. But within the perimeters of these academies, there is more that goes on, as the focus shifts and embraces other components. Emmanuel is a basketball coach of 9 years affiliated to the Basketball School Academy, and he understands more the mode of operation of these academies.
We started this Basketball School Academy in 2019, September 2019, so let's say we are 2 years now. And then it's been great, it's been challenging, but what we wanted to do is to give these kids something to think about, something to get them busy. And then we use this basketball as an initiative to push them to schools. And then we are telling them, okay, high school is not your highest, but we find ways to push them to the universities and then for them to gain better and then quality education. Basketball is a developing sport here in Ghana. We are looking for it to grow very soon. Looking at the new president initiated and then the programs he has for the basketball in Ghana, we are hoping in the next 5 years we can see changes. We can see our players going international. We can see our players going to high schools and then colleges abroad to play and then come back to also represent the country. When we talk about basketball is not like football. Basketball goes with education. So that is one thing people are doing that they are not adding to basketball here. So I'm encouraging all the other coaches to add education to it, because when you go outside, basketball always starts from high school, middle school and all that. We don't see normally go to the grassroots basketball in the US and all that. So it starts from school and all that. So we have this structure that we go with basketball. We just pull them in because they like basketball. After you come, we tell you, no, it's not just basketball, my friend. You just have to go to school and then you just have to play, learn, and then find way. We add in a character development section to it, changes the whole concept. So you learn, you play basketball, and then you are developing your own mindset as to what to tackle next if you don't make it to pro basketball.
Educational institutions like the University of Cape Coast, KNUST, University of Ghana, who four-peated the basketball championship of the Gusa Games and are 2 times FASU champions, alongside a host of foreign non-tertiary and tertiary institutions, are beneficiaries of the work of these local academies. But ultimately, the main purpose of the training and development of young players goes beyond the borders of a classroom. The idea of a typical end result is one pictured with these players lighting up courts of pro leagues, be it in Ghana, Africa, or even, as most desire, outside the continent. Unfortunately, that is where it can be said these academies might have failed, simply because Ghana has a non-existent professional league to absorb these players. Also, for those who receive the fundamental training and development here in Ghana and have made it out to the shores of the country, few have managed to carve out for themselves meaningful careers in the professional leagues. In the entire history of the NBA, only 3 Ghanaians have featured, and out of those 3, 2 are products of the development here in Ghana. Yet, the country has exported countless basketball talents, and many have been unable to break into the franchise. So why are these academies still in operation? Emmanuel says it is in hope of a better future, that someday the numerous talents will prove crucial to the country.
We are hoping for the best. The new president of the Ghana Basketball Association has a plan. And then for us, what we are saying, if we need to have this league going on, we need a national basketball stadium, which we don't have. We need some structures that needs to be in place before we can get to that level, which we don't have. So it has taken us a long time getting here, but hopefully, like I'm saying, in the next 5 years, next 10 years, this whole thing is going to change. Ghana basketball is going to go higher. We are advocating, and then we are telling other coaches to have a structured game where we can all feed the main Ghana Basketball Association that, in case we need a U12 team, they already have a database which we can present, and all the other programs to have players that qualifies to be there, not then the 18 years and then reducing their age to 14 years and not their 20 years reducing their, but we have a quality players that can play national, that can stand in front of the US basketball team and say, okay, we can also face these guys. When you look at the African Basketball African League, Ghana is nowhere to be found. We have about 8 to 12 countries participating in this, and then this is where we want to be part of. This is where Ghana needs to be known. This is where we also need to show off that we are part of the African continent, and then we can do much better than what we are even seeing on TV.
Yes, there is a non-existent professional league in the country, but the respective regional basketball associations have made attempts at filling the gap via regional basketball leagues like the Accra Basketball League and Wnba Basketball League, amongst others. But Lati believes despite the effort, these regional leagues are not the answer, and that they are doing more harm than good to academies.
I won't say they are doing enough, because academies are not funded by the community or not. It's just the coaches' little allowances and all that we use to support this thing. And then when we are going, these grassroots are joining the basketball league, they ask us to pay the same money the service teams are paying. And then where are we going to raise them? Then we have to go hustle and then find ways to pay this money with our own pocket money if we are not having any funding from anywhere. So we pray they will take away this grassroots charges and all that, so we can develop more grassroots programs to feed the services and then feed the.
My name is Lukaya Osman. I'm national team under 16, and then I'm a shooting guard.
Lukaya Osman, a member of Ghana's under 16 youth team and also a player under the Basketball School Academy, is pleased with the growing popularity of basketball, but disappointed in the efforts to push the game at the national level. However, even as she goes through her stages of growth, she aims to be a product worth emulating for those who come after her, and is hopeful that someone else of Ghanaian origin, if not her, will one day set fire on the big stages of pro basketball.
At first, it wasn't good enough, but now it's good enough, because at first, all they do is like play football. The government sponsors the footballers to go and play outside country and come back, but I've never heard of basketball. But now, I think it's being well, because basketball is moving smoothly, and there are a lot of courts around. It's a community court. Everybody can come in and play ball and go home at any time that they want.
If you look at the other African countries who are doing well in basketball, like Nigeria, South Africa, and those countries, does it make you feel depressed when you look at the fact that we can't even get a national team in Ghana, a proper national team? and the National League even?
Oh yes, it makes me feel depressed because when you sit at the back of the television watching Nigeria playing the national team, even though they are part of Africans, but sometimes it makes you feel bad because you've not seen Ghanaians, but it sometimes tells you that then that means you have a long way to go. You have to push yourself, fight for your country. Even though Nigerians are part of African, but sometimes they have to see Ghanaians too in the Olympics or any part of basketball.
What do you want to achieve with basketball? Do you want it as a main career or something?
Yeah, I want it as a main career because I want to empower the youth and the kids here in the community. I want to teach them what I have learned and for them to also teach others what they have learned. And probably the young teenage here in Ghana is very bad. So through sports and those different others, we can help the teenage mothers to go back to school through sports and other clubs.
So would you like to play in the Wnba?
Yeah, I wish to play in the Wnba one day and also also want to be a social worker to help the teenage mothers through sports, to help their kids play basketball and for them to also do something for themselves at the same time. I trust in God and I'm sure that one day, if not me, one person here in Ghana will make it to the top.
My name is Emmanuel Gladys Edemisha. I'm 17 years old and I play for Ghana National U18 and I'm the point guard.
Misha, another youth player at the national level, is teammates with Osman at the basketball school academy. And just like Osman, the steady growth in popularity of the sport is one she is proud of, and irrespective of the rather harsh realities the sport faces in the country, she clings onto the faith of self-actualization in basketball. It is her hope that she might one day achieve her goals.
Okay, I started playing basketball. That was around like about 5 years ago at a village around Dodo Ayenya. Yeah, that's where I grew up and that's where I started playing basketball back in primary school. Like I still have a hope that like I will still make it because where I started from and where I've gotten to now, like it's been a very like big change, different. So there is hope that I'll get there.
If you look at how other countries like Nigeria, South Africa and those other big African countries are with in basketball, how does it make you feel?
I feel sad. But I also feel okay because so far as Nigeria is in Africa, like we are all African. So far as they are making it, I have the hope that like Ghanaians will also get there one day. Yeah. And
what do you aim to achieve with the game in basketball?
Okay, I aim to get to the national, like professional basketball player, and also if I get a chance to join the service, army, and I would like to be a coach, to basketball coach. Yeah.
Despite the disappointment, it has not been an entirely gloomy story, especially for Osman and Misha, who have both won medals at the national youth level.
It was very tough. We play here around in Ghana, but for the first time you going to a different country, by all means we are going to panic for the first time. So like it's very hard for us, and then we thought of where we are coming, and then we thought of what we want to do and what we want to become. So that makes us push ourselves, and then we became the third position, and we had
don't worry, it's fine. And okay, so what gives you hope about basketball in Ghana?
I have the hope that one day I will be able to make it.
It has been a bit tough because you need a lot of workouts and like as a national player too, you meet a lot of experienced players, so it hasn't been that easy as a national player. In the year 2019, we went for a national game, 3x3 game at Abidjan. We played a mini tournament here in Ghana and we won. So we went to Abidjan to represent Ghana, and God willing, we we were third out of about 15 countries. Yes, and we became third, and it's a nice thing to like. So I'm really proud of that. Yes.
The looks on the faces of these young ones as they recollect their little triumphs on the international stage should be one used to estimate what more investment and effort could do to a few others. But do the feats of these young ones mean anything? Lati expresses excitement but is insistent on fishing for the next step. He believes a national structure, which has long been non-existent, needs to be quickly developed, and that academies have a big role to play in taking the next step.
I would tell you some of these girls and all that they represented the Ghana national 3x3 team in 2019. They were third. Some of these, almost 8 of our girls are in the national team now. But what is the structure? What is the next thing? That is what we don't have. That is what we don't have, and then that is what we are always working towards. And then we want to help the Ghana Basketball Association and then feed them with the database we have, that these people can qualify. These people are very good to represent the Ghana when it comes to such competitions and all. So yes, we are trying our best.
The pressure to find possibly Ghana's first global superstar in basketball is one further highlighted by the new administration of the Ghana Basketball Association. President Mr. Atovan S. has committed to complementing the efforts of academies with some very big plans.
We are looking at 3 different levels. And so in looking at the purpose of basketball, which I've explained at the 3 levels, we look at the developing basketball as our goal. And when it comes to the objectives, we have 3 levels: the governance and administration level, the technical level, technical and facilities level, and we have the sports, the basketball sport, or we will say the game level. Now, if we look at, to begin with, how do we get people to the kind of level that you are describing? First of all, we have to make sure we build our capacities to that level. So in the long term, we're going to have a basketball training school. And that basketball training school is not just about, if you want to go into basketball administration, you need to go to that school, get some courses, build some badges. If you want to do basketball journalism, you, for example, and your colleagues, have you ever had the opportunity to go to any basketball training in basketball reporting? Yes, but we could do more. So that school is going to cater for basketball administrators, basketball journalists, basketball coaches, basketball referees, basketball players.
Playing the 2-2-1, early came in minor. Early came in wisdom. Minor and I, and Ruben is here. Okay, and probably they'll set up one person with the middle and one person. So if the ball there, definitely Mamba go pass to the ring here. You just go here. You can't help. You help over here. Ruben will also help here, and the person here come and drop down and just prevent any lob passes. You here can help around here. Also, if you go on offense, we then they play the 2-2-1. 2-2-1. If then they play 2 up front, if I play 1, because one person per there, you go fit attack count 2 for here. Then one person go fit do the middle here, then one person go fit do the
Offense.
you are working on offense. You they work offense here, so you fit pass here, you fit come middle here. Him pair, it's left with the last person here. Him pair where 2 people there. 2 no go fit defend against 1. So if you catch now, if you go fit score. If you no go score, then you just take this guy, then you score the ball.
The search and wait for Ghana's basketball global icon is one which could be long extended, and it seems like a new crop of individuals to sustain the country's search are already being put in place.
We are focusing on something we call the Young Coaches Without Borders. So this initiative is partnered with the Kingdom Athletics from Canada, and then we are trying to give them the best education in coaching. So when we are no more, or when we are out of the scene, these people, or whenever they go back to their community, they can go to develop such grassroots programs for their community and then for it to grow. So with this project, we are looking at training 10 basketball coaches, 10 young coaches, and then we run clinics with them, we run workshops with them right here in Ghana. And then their last 4 months, they are going to do their last 4 months in Canada, where they are going to be coached or go through the same workshop with high standard coaches in Canada as well. So yes, that is the Young Coaches Without Borders.
The country's seeming inability to leverage on basketball does little to dent the aspirations of young players who are still clinging to the hope of breaking free and reaching the topmost level of the sport.
I aim at playing the NBA or pre-Europe leagues or represent the country in Olympics.
If you look at how the basketball system here in Ghana is like, does it give you any form of hope?
Yeah, sure. Because way back there were less courts, there were no lights on even our courts, but now there are lights around, and this shows that there is hope that we can make it.
And also, you look at Nigeria, South Africa, some of the other big African basketball countries, and you see how vibrant their local sports is and their national teams. How does it make you feel as a young Ghanaian basketball player?
Watching them on TV, I feel proud because one day I'm sure I'll represent my country. That makes me very proud.
It's simply a story of hope. The continuous existence of basketball academies is one based on hope, faith in the unknown future that the basketball environment in Ghana will experience a real shake-up for the younger ones to get more opportunities locally, continentally, and internationally. But in the meantime, events like Sprite Ball, Gusa Games, UPAC, and the various basketball regional leagues will continue to remain the only platforms for local talents from Ghana's basketball academies.